Okay, so I want to ask a question, because everyone did. Have you ever ride one of these before?
Yeah.
It's fun, right?
Yeah.
Well, a few years ago, I was in Santiago, in a cool place in the city, and we were with my best friend trying to take an app to take one of the scooters out. And we were in a really fancy place, and we didn't know how to do it. So we were kind of like synchronized the app, pressing the button, and the scooter didn't go forward. So we left the scooter as nothing happened, and we keep trying with other ones. And we tried this 3 times, and it didn't work. And I don't know if you know that, okay? But just for context, I am the only girl in 3 brothers. And for me, it only goes 2 ways. Or you're a super girly girl who likes glitter and pink, or you're one of them. And for me, it was more like the first one. So I was never close to, I don't know, soccer, balls, or things with wheels. So I was trying really hard to actually make this scooter run. And since I couldn't do it, I did what every independent woman do. So I called one of my brothers and asked him on the phone, hey, I cannot make this scooter run. Can you tell me what to do, please? And he told me, okay, first you have to step in the scooter. That I was not doing that. It was the first step. And then he told me that I needed to actually make a step forward to break the inertia and make the scooter go. And he told me, the first thing that he told me was, you have to do it without fear, because I think you're not trying, actually. And he was right. And what I needed was to break the inertia. I had everything working, the app was working, they were charging me for the time, and the scooter were also working. The one that didn't know how to use it was me. And I remember about this story a few months ago when I was at my work and I needed to ask for food for lunch. And I was searching through the app, what can I eat this evening? I was trying to look for something that I liked, but it was cheap because I didn't want to spend a lot of money, and that has good quality ingredients, and that has the best price ratio. And then I started to think a lot about it, and the lunchtime passed, and I didn't eat anything. And I felt like when I was in the scooter, I felt inertia, like I couldn't make a step because I was obsessed with making the best decision that I could. I wanted to have the best meal for the best price, make the best decision, make the perfect decision. And I realized that not having a meal just because you were thinking about what you can eat was not a normal thing. And I started to look back and I realized that I stopped doing a lot of stuff that I love. And I was thinking about how I used to give classes of drawings, how I used to have an account dedicated to art, how people ask for me to draw them, to make lettering, calligraphy, how I have this side job that was an art-based job. And I realized that I stopped doing all of that because in my mind, the results were not perfect as I wanted them to be. And then I started to realize that I was not advancing in my life because I stopped making all the decisions that I could. I wanted to be so comfortable in my zone that I could not fail. I started to ask myself, that's me asking, trying to figure out what to ask for lunch. I tried to ask myself, when did I stop? When was this time that I could not move forward anymore? And where am I going now, since I'm not making any decisions? And that's one of the reasons why I came to Gomora, because I saw that there was a program called Live Vision. And I was like, that's what I need. I need something to help me to break that inertia. That small step that I need to go forward, I need that. And Live Vision is not a magical program, but I think it's based on the 3 pillars. First one is purpose. It gives you your whys. It gives you the reasons why you want to achieve the dreams. Before I had bad dreams. For example, I want to be happy, I want to be successful, and I want to have a lot of money. But I didn't have a plan, I didn't have a why. So first one is your purpose. Have your whys. Second, it gives you structure. When you have a big dream, sometimes it looks like something huge, like how am I gonna get there? And live vision, break all these big things into small pieces so you can actually achieve things. And it helps you to not actually make the perfect decision or the perfect step, but actually just one step, just to keep moving forward. It also gives you alignment. This is my favorite one. It tells you that even if in the path you have bumps, you can keep in line with your goal. Doesn't have to be like a change of course. You can keep focused on what you want and what is your life vision. Okay, when I came here and I had to actually start writing, I had to face another fear. I was trying to make all the easy steps. Okay, I will put a goal that I want, but it's not actually that hard, so I can actually achieve that. Because I didn't want to fail. You see me, I didn't want to ask for a lunch that I didn't want. Like, how I'm gonna write a live vision now. So that's me ignoring everything that I wanted and trying to not look that much to it so I could success. But that's not how it works. You actually have to face your fears and you have to face that big lion sometimes of perfectionism, and you have to be brave enough to face what you want. And I think I always felt like I had to measure to fail. Maybe it was being a perfect daughter, being the best at my work, have the best qualifications, I don't know, this kind of stuff. That comes to my mind that I know that it cannot be real, but it just comes. So you just have to actually fight. And sometimes I feel like that lady trying to fight a big lion, but I felt that with a live vision, you can actually break these things into small steps, or find your whys, find your alignment, and then it becomes a little kitty. And it's not scary anymore, and it's not something that I need to feel, it's not something that I need to have. I feel that I'm enough to achieve these things. And I had to ask myself, okay, are you brave enough to face everything you want? Are you doing everything you want to achieve those things, or are you just still afraid? Are you still down the scooter, trying to keep it moving without trying everything? There's a poem that I like and that I think about when sometimes I lose the rhythm. And it says, enjoy the panic that having life ahead of you causes you. And this part is my favorite one. Think that the future is within you and face the task with pride and without fear. With pride and without fear. We are not talking about bad pride. We are talking about put your head up and face the thing that you want, so you can actually achieve the things that you want. And all these things makes me actually step on my scooter and move my life again. I'm in the scooter now, so don't worry. I've already moved. I made my little step, and I'm aligned now thanks to my live vision. And I want to ask you now, are you brave enough to go on the scooter and give that step? Are you brave enough to face everything you want? Thank you.